The next 2020. What the am I looking at? All right, gents, we're having some fun in today's video. I'm looking at GQ and Vogue fashion trends for 2021, things that they're saying that they love, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. Gents, today's video is brought to you by Built Bar because as I'm going through these fashion trends, I need something to at least make me happy, and these things taste amazing. I'm a classic style guy. I'm gonna try to approach this with an open mind, but I probably will be eating a lot of these as we're going through, and I'll describe them as I'm eating them. More on that later. Let's go ahead and let's get to the first fashion trend. So first up, we're over at Vogue, and they're talking about tailoring to the max. Are you guys seeing this? This is not tailoring to the max. Seriously, this is a 10-year-old wearing his father's, maybe even his mother's clothing here. Now, what cracks me up is how they say, to cope with plummeting temperatures and freezing cold, the oversized coat with strong shoulders and increasingly dramatic sleeves is our best ally. That is a bunch of especially if you look at what these guys are wearing here. First up, if a cold wind hits these guys, it's gonna blow them over or pick them up like a kite. Gents, I've seen this coming, and it's the 1980s all over again. This whole oversized fad. You wanna make sure that your clothing fits your body type. And I get it, if you're a bit of a bigger guy, yes, you can go with slightly loose, a little bit bigger clothing. It's gonna give you more comfort, especially if you're buying off the rack. But when something is tailored, it should be adjusted to fit your body. Gents, good tailoring is when clothing is cut to fit your body, not what we see here. All right, so I'm already breaking into one of my favorite Built Bars here, the Cherry Barcia. I feel better already. So what I love about this, if you like dark chocolate, if you like cherries, and they use real cherries in this, you are gonna absolutely love this one. The consistency, the way it tastes, I mean, this thing is amazing. Another thing I absolutely love about Built Bar is they're really transparent about what is inside the bar. I can also clearly see 130 calories. We've got 6 grams of fiber and 17 grams of protein. Okay, I'm ready. Let's look at the next one. Now this next one is total print. And this just looks like a kid wearing his pajamas. Now that guy in the center, he's rocking it, he's got some confidence, but the guy over on the right, what's the whole thing with the Phantom of the Opera? That is interesting. Yeah, that's all I can say, interesting. And I love this description here. Just like next summer, which is looking intrepid and optimistic, winter 2020 will be daring with a plethora of all over looks. I wonder if Hefe is using the word plethora correctly here.
Hey, what?
Anyone get the reference? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about using prints, but this stuff, again, is a little bit over the top, but in a classic man's wardrobe, the use of small prints, nothing wrong with it. So if you see some great prints out there, and again, you want to arm yourself with the knowledge to be able to make that decision, go for it, especially if they're going to be more available. Next up, we've got revisited denim, and this is how they describe it. Say goodbye to basic jeans. Next winter, denim will be coming out to play with a whole new look. Options include a Baroque pattern, glitter embellished looks, or oversized models with giant pockets. So let's talk about the guys here in the picture. The guy to the far left, that hair, that's what draws my attention. The guy in the center, he's walking with confidence. And this guy over here to the right, hey, he's got a pair of Jordans on. But jeans in general, remember men, get the basics underway. Most guys are wearing jeans that are way too large for them already. So you've been following this trend for 15 years, didn't even know it, right? Here's what I would suggest. Find a pair of jeans that just fits you well, especially if you're in shape, if you're thin, if you take care of your body and you're fit. Find a brand that works for you. Maybe go one size down. I'm not talking skinny. I'm talking a slimmer cut. Yes, it's been around for a while, but it's going to stick around. This is a classic look that you can match up with a sports jacket. You can wear with a t-shirt. If you're a bigger, heavier guy, then this is probably going to be good for you. Some options out there, but don't think that bigger pockets and avoid glitter at all costs. The rhinestone just ain't going to look good on you. What I would say, guys, find jeans that fit you. And next up, we have this. Motifs. Apparently, they are storming men's wardrobes, and they're gonna be a must-have. All right, Jen, so at this point, I'm gonna pull out the big guns. I'm pulling out the Apple Almond Crisp because I need something that tastes good, and yeah, this is getting out of control. I love it. This one's good. Really good. All right, so as you can tell, outside is real chocolate, but on the inside, we've got real almonds, we've got real apples. This thing tastes amazing. Now, some of you guys are thinking, come on, Antonio, they can't be that great. Well, guys, go check out their website. Over 65,000 reviews. And the vast majority of those reviews, what do they say? They taste amazing. It's the taste that separates these bars from all the other ones out there. And if you're curious how Built Bar compares to other brands, other options out there, check out this chart right here. You can look at the calories, the fat, the net carbs, sugar, nuts, fiber, and protein. And what do you notice? Built Bar kicks butt. Easily one of the best options out there. And gents, if you want to try Built Bar, use the link down in the description of today's video with the best deal you're going to find out there on the web. And gents, I highly recommend you start off with the mixed box. You get all their different flavors, all their different options. 9 of them, by the way, come without nuts. 9 do have nuts, so if you got a nut allergy, they've got you covered there as well. Again, gents, to get the best deal on Built Bar, use that link down in the description. That deal is not going to be around forever, so use it or lose it. Awesome company, proud to support them. Okay, so what's my opinion of Motifs? I've got no issue with them. They are a fashion piece though. Don't think this is classic in style. So in the 1980s, we saw them become really popular with fashion t-shirts. Those popping up and they've come in and out of fashion, but it is something that's been around for hundreds of years. How? Because if you wanted to make a political statement, if you wanted to show your support, then you wore certain colors. You wore the figurehead on your person. That was a great way. It could also kind of backfire against you if the other side won. But the point being is this was a way to show who you were with and what you're about. A lot of times though, people are wearing certain motifs and they don't even understand the figure or the person that's on there. So you want to make sure that you're aligned with them or at least understand it. That being said, when you see an expensive piece with a motif on it, like a sweater or a pair of jeans or a jacket, I like to avoid that stuff because one, those are really expensive pieces. You're going to spend a lot of money there and it's going to go out of fashion very quickly. And the other thing is it's just not really interchangeable. It's a piece that's going to grab attention. You can only really wear it once or twice before you got to get rid of it. So the next fashion trend apparently is going to be the color red. It's the color we'll all be wearing next winter. Red here injected into suits and elegance with sportswear for a twist. Okay, here's the thing about red, and what I feel that they're missing here is that there are many variations of red. You've got Merlot, you've got blood, you've got mahogany, you've got candy red, apple red, ruby red, a lot of variations of red, and they're not being specific. I would be careful with the overuse of the color red. It is an emphasis color. It's to me like salt in food. You want to add a bit of it to pull out the flavor of the entire outfit, but it's not something that should dominate in general the entire outfit. Next up, we've got the glitter touch. Bring out the party boy who shines within a series of pieces with glittering details. This daytime disco look crept its way onto coats and bomber jackets. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything bad about glitter. I know a lot of you guys are like, come on, Antonio, this isn't classic. If you want to have one piece that draws a bit of attention that you have fun with, I've got no issue with this. Now, I would be careful again with more expensive pieces. For me, it's all about interchangeability, and I do think glitter isn't something that most men can pull off. This is definitely a fashion piece. But if you find something that you just absolutely love, you know, maybe get a decent deal, it's got some glitter on it. And I think by that, they just mean anything with, you know, sequins, anything with a bit of shine. Nudie Cohen, if you're not familiar, this was a Ukrainian immigrant. He had a great saying, better to be looked over than overlooked. And he did Elvis's outfits, Johnny Cash, a lot of these Western performers. I do think in the right situation, being able to bring in something that grabs attention, why not? Especially if you're maybe a speaker or someone that wants to have an impact on stage and be able to use image, well, to be able to draw attention to yourself and your message. Next up, we've got a surge of squares. The check print apparently is going to be big. And I'm happy about this. Now, the examples they give here, these guys are overdoing it a bit. But in general, checks, I think, really work. So many guys avoid checks. Here's the thing with a check jacket, a check pair, even trousers or shorts. It is something, again, I keep saying this, it's not super interchangeable. This is going to be a piece that's going to grab attention. But if you find that the colors work for you and you like the way you look, I think a lot of guys can pull this off. Just remember that with most other things in your outfit, you want to keep them muted. The cool thing about a lot of these checks, they got a variety of colors. So mimic and bring back those colors into other pieces in the outfit. And that's going to really make sure there's a bit of harmony when you're bringing this together. But if you find a piece that's classic, maybe I'd go maybe a little smaller checks than what we're seeing here. But I think actually this is a good thing. Next up, we've got functional clothing. And looking at these pictures here, I'm not sure exactly how that headwear in the center one is actually functional. But these guys are saying that technical materials like nylon, they haven't had their last word. Here's the thing is, I never thought they left. I look around, especially maybe in the Seattle, Oregon area. I mean, they're always wearing technical clothing. So here in the United States, this trend has lived long and has done very well. Do I think technical clothing in general, you should mix it with your formal clothing? I'd say be careful, but I do think like the zip neck sweater, you can wear that with a sports jacket and it's very functional, does a great job. Just make sure that, again, that you're going with something that fits your body. When you buy a piece, even if it's 90% off, if it doesn't fit you, then don't buy it. If it can't be adjusted to fit, then don't even consider it. You want to wear clothing that fits you. And technical clothing can be worked into a wardrobe. Now, really quick, gents, I gotta be honest, I'm actually seeing a lot of trends that I like. I'm a bit surprised. The next 2021 trend, the cardigan. And I'm actually happy to see this one come back. It's been around for a long time. Here they're saying that basically it's been pushed to the back of the wardrobe. This retro look is going to make a comeback, and I'm happy with that. Well, if you go back to the Crimean War, it was named after the Earl of Cardigan. Point being is this thing has been around for a long time. Mr. Rogers, a lot of people when they think of the cardigan, but James Bond, Daniel Craig has pulled this thing off. And I think if it fits you properly. But here's the thing, if it's your first cardigan, don't go with one of these colors, these bright things that we're seeing right here. Go with just a classic navy, maybe a gray, a dark green, something that you're already wearing in your jackets. And treat that cardigan sweater like a jacket. This is going to be a sweater that doesn't go, it's not a pullover. A cardigan is very distinctive in that they open in the front. They're classic, and this may be a great season to pick one up because if there's going to be more options out there, you can maybe find it on sale. Next up, they're talking about all things leather. Leather, leather, and leather. Dare to wear the trend in an all-over look to confirm your fashion credentials. I'd be careful with this. I like leather. I've got a suede jacket on here, tons of leather jackets, but you need to make sure it fits you well, and this is usually an investment piece, one you're going to spend at least hundreds and hundreds of dollars on. And you want to make sure you buy something that's not oversized, doesn't have some big fashion thing on it that all of a sudden is going to make it out of date within a period of a year. It's good that maybe this is coming back, but it's bad because you want to make sure that you go with something classic. Because if you buy something that's a fast fashion piece, yeah, it's going to be useless here in the next couple years. Next up, we've got the monochromatic look. This I'm on board with, but the color examples here, camel, neon pink, vibrant purple, yeah, this is a little bit too much. I would say monochromatic looks in general, especially on clothing that fits you well, can make you look taller, can make you look leaner, and create a more just streamlined silhouette, allows our eyes to go up and down from the face down to the shoes, and can help any man look better. Darker silhouettes in general are going to be more formal, more, I think, universally acceptable and versatile versus going with those lighter or brighter colors. If you're going to go with a bright color, it's great if you've got the skin tone for it, if you've got the confidence. But yeah, in general, these looks I'd be very careful with. Next up, we've got extreme shearling. And they're saying this is quite simply a timeless essential, and they're wanting you to go a little bit more. Very dangerous right here. Why? Because shearling jackets are nice. I think they're beautiful. The right one in a classic style is going to last you a decade, 20 years. The wrong one that is oversized, basically what they're doing here, this will be in and out. And again, you're going to end up going to the back of the closet because it's going to be showing too much. You're going to feel a little bit awkward going with a piece like this. So disposable fashion is so dangerous is that you end up putting a lot of money into something that you think looks great and you realize within one season it's already out of style. So if you're going to go for shearling, go for something classic. And speaking of classic, I'm going to go with a mint brownie. So my sisters were Girl Scouts, and this just reminds me of them selling those Thin Mints. Remember those cookies? Let's see if it is even close to Thin Mint. I picked it up immediately. These are really good. The mint right in there with the chocolate, they blended this really, really well. Better than a Girl Scout cookie. And more protein. I think I'm just going to let you guys watch me eat this. Do I have chocolate on my teeth? Next up, we've got crossed body bags. And they're saying the men's fashion world, super excited about this. I don't know. I didn't get any excitement about it. I mean, crossed body bags have been around for a long time. Now, they're saying that it's all going to be about the mini bag. I don't think they need to be mini, I would say carry what you need. When I think of a man carrying a cross bag, I think of him carrying because he's got a little bit more in his everyday carry. Nowadays, you got masks, especially maybe you got kids, you got to carry, all their stuff. I think there's nothing wrong with having a cross bag, especially one that looks good. Find something that you're comfortable wearing, practice wearing it, and it'll become second nature. Next up, gents, we've got legs for days. Oh my goodness. So here's what they're saying. Who says shorts are for summer? Worn very short, they're a self-proclaimed new must-have in the winter wardrobe. All I'm going to say here, gents, is it's about friggin' time. Check this out, gents. In the Marine Corps, we call these the Daisy Dukes of Freedom. Seriously, skies out, thighs out, semper fi. In the Army, they call these Ranger panties. My point, gents, this has been a trend in the military for decades. It's about time the civilian world caught up. So what video to watch next? How about the habits you need to become a high-value man? Number 1 on that list, wearing silkies. That's right, guys, being able to wear those short shorts. We wear short shorts. If you dare wear short. Anyone? Okay, enough of that. Go check out this video. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a good one.